You're ready to rise up, you'll rise up. All the power you need is in your hands. Now look around you. Our financial systems have been hijacked by a generation of thieves. While you're working harder and harder for less and less, the game is being rigged against you. They're turning all of us into virtual slaves. Looters, at the heart of our financial system, are price fixing our most precious resources. Food, water, energy, gold, even the value of money itself is being siphoned away by high-level crooks in a giant mushrooming conspiracy of unstoppable corruption. They're robbing billions of people of trillions of dollars a year, folks. There is no need for austerity measures. There is no need for financial suffering. No need for poverty. There is no scarcity. We are simply the victims of a robbery of unimaginable proportions. We have been fed a lie so vast it oppresses all of humanity. The truth is, there is more than enough to go around. 60 years ago, productivity was increasing so fast, they predicted by today, entire families could live comfortably on the income of just one provider, working only 10 hours a week. They wondered what we'd do with all of our spare time. What happened to that dream? Turns out they were right. What took a full work week back then can be done in just 10 hours today. We have technologies that multiply our efforts 1,000-fold and connect us in ways they never imagined. We are now 100 times richer than in that great heyday of the 50s. We are heirs to a great bounty of prosperity, 70 trillion in the US alone, over $200,000 for every man, woman, and child. The only reason we don't experience this wealth is because it's being siphoned away by a corrupt criminal class. They loot through giant corporations, raising prices, lowering wages, stealing the fruits of our productivity. Where once whole families prospered with just one provider, now both parents work, delivering 8 times the productivity but struggling to make ends meet. They control the media using hot-button social issues to divide us, brother against brother, so we fight each other while they loot our sacred institutions. They make us fear too big to fail, banks collapsing. But if they did, we'd suddenly recover the 8 times our income that's being siphoned away every single day. Don't give yourselves to these crooks who abuse you and enslave you, who steal your lives, tell you what to do, what to think, and what to feel. Let us burn these leeches off our back.
Oh, for crap. Okay, just a minute. Hey, Peter, how you doing? Hello? Yeah, Peter.
Sorry about that. I just saw the time and I thought, oh shit, I'm starting a firestorm.
Okay. I sent you the link to Facebook Messenger.
Oh yeah, Facebook Messenger.
Yeah, so you can pick up the link there and you can go on live from there.
Okay.
Okay?
Go.
You find the link?
Just give me a second here.
Okay.
I gotta. Okay. Messenger. Rudy Bruce.
Yeah.
2 messages. Okay.
There it is. Okay.
Okay. I'm here. Live stream. Did I just press on the live stream thing?
Yeah, it'll take you to the back of the stage. And I should see you there, I think.
Audio stream. Setting you the back. Setting this backstage for you.
No, you'll come to the backstage of the channel. I'll see you come in.
Okay, but there's no link here.
Yeah, there should be.
Find the live stream. Okay.
There it is. Yeah.
Okay, setting the stage for you
Yeah.
is where I'm at.
Yeah. Now you could type your name in there or something there.
Yeah, allow my camera. Waiting for permission. Da, 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 da.
Okay.
Been a long time since I've done this.
Yeah, but it's very simple.
Yeah, waiting for permission. But it doesn't.
Okay. Let's see.
Already in the room. Beep RTB.
Uh, mm,
Waiting for permission.
okay, you're in.
It says accessing your camera
Okay. Yeah, access your camera.
and microphone. So I'm waiting for permission.
Okay. I don't see. I still ain't seeing you here. Just a minute.
Still waiting for permission.
Yeah, yeah. Just give me a minute here. Okay, I don't see you come in the back door here.
No, I'm still waiting for permission for them to access my camera.
Oh no, don't you see? Isn't your camera activated?
It should be.
Can you see yourself?
No.
Okay, go on to the camera
Okay, just a second.
and click on the camera so that your camera turns on.
Okay, camera. Oh, there we are.
Yeah. Uh, just a minute.
Join live stream.
Hang on. I'm going to send you another link.
Okay.
Okay. Now, do you see that?
Yeah, it's the same one.
Yeah. Click on that. Okay.
Messenger studio stream.
Hang on, ladies and gentlemen. We're just setting up this thing here. Just give me a minute here. We're before 6 o'clock anyway. Okay, I'm live, right?
Okay, but I have still waiting for permission.
Right. Okay. Okay. But it says you're waiting at the back of the stage.
No, it doesn't say anything. It's still waiting for permission.
Waiting for permission.
Yeah. Accessing your camera. Studio needs access to your camera and microphone.
Jeez, I don't understand that. Are you running off your phone or off computer?
No, my tablet.
Oh, your tablet. Okay.
It says camera permission denied. You have blocked camera access.
You what?
Oh, please update your browser to. Okay. Okay, let me go to settings. Sorry.
Okay. I guess we should have done this earlier.
Yeah, more likely.
Holy crapola.
Connection Bluetooth. I'll have to figure out how to do this. Digital.
No, it's there's nothing coming up on my end. He's got a link that brings him to the back door of the stage, and he's using a tablet, and it's coming through Messenger. Now that should be opening up into his browser. Is it opening up into your browser? Okay, I tell you what. Just copy the link, right? Copy the link and go into your Google and then paste that address into Google and see what happens.
It just says join the live stream.
Yeah, and put the
Let me do that.
put the link into the browser.
Copy. And then go into Google.
Yeah, go in and then paste it into the browser.
Okay. Google. Paste this. Search. Paste.
And it should take you to Restream.
Okay.
So now you're at the back door.
No, not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Okay, search.
uh,
Studio stream setting stage for you.
yeah, there you go.
And we're waiting and waiting and waiting. Sorry.
That's okay. Just go right in. I mean, just go right in. Or you're. I still don't see you here.
Allow while visiting the site. Allow this time. Allow this time. Chrome. Allow. Allow. Ta-da! Okay, I'll let you go. I'm in.
Okay, I still don't see you.
Ready to join.
Join, yeah.
Okay, and then I'll put in my name here.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll let you go. I'm there.
Okay. Okay.
I need 2 hands to type.
Okay. Okay. Give it. Okay. If you're just joining us, we're just getting started.
Everyone, let us reclaim the fruits of our productivity. Let us share our prosperity. We can do this now. We are the creators. And when we come together, we have the power to create whatever future we want.
Okay, if you're just joining us, we're just getting started, right? And I have a guest coming in on the wings. And what the heck is this? Unbelievable.
To go.
Okay. So while we're getting ready here to get on the way, share this out there so that everybody knows I'm on. And I should also be sharing this out myself. But anyway. Share, guys. You can kick rocks if you don't like how I talk. I'm gonna keep on talking and walk my walk. Ain't changing my tone, ain't changing my song. I was born this way, been loud too long. You can hate my style, you can roll your eyes, but I ain't slowing down. I was born to rise, so kick them rocks if you don't like how I talk. I'm gonna keep on talking and walk my walk. Shit. I've lost some friends, made a few new foes, but that's just life, that's how it goes. I ain't bending over just to please a crowd. If I fall down, I'll fall down proud. I talk my truth, I live my way. Ain't nobody gonna take my say. This road's been rough, but I learned to trade. It's sweat, Soul and dues I paid. You can kick rocks if you don't like how I talk. I'm gonna keep on talking and walk my walk. Ain't changing my tone, ain't changing my song. I was born this way, been loud too long. You can hate my style. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, share it out there, share it out there, and we'll get on with the show. And I think it's pretty important show tonight because there's a lot of shit going on in our country.
Hello there. Thank you for joining us. This is the Rudy Bruce broadcast. You focus on the truth. I focus on the facts. People of Canada, your voice will speak a million strong. If we come together and fight what's going on, we got homeless people living in tents. Be compassionate, do not judge, because 200,000 of us are using food banks. Where's the pride? Where's the pride? Where's our money we slave for? They cover it up. The working man is living poor. Rudy has true leadership, speaking for the ones who are tired of this shit. Make the government officials get a grip, or everyone loses the respect. Something's wrong, open your eyes. They tell us lies, you're blinded to this and mowing your lawn. United, we stand, divided we fall. The time will come, the day is near, we will all march. So listen with your ears, we are not zombies or fresh meat. Let's grind up the government, make compost for the maple trees. Let's avenge the deaths of the ones who have fallen. Coronavirus, opioid, we're still trying. They thought they got away scot-free. We will get the last laugh. Just wait and see. These talks we have on the broadcast will provide and guide. Are you shitting along to you and yours? For tuning in, we're opening doors. This is the real movement. People, let's stand up, Canada, before we lose. We're still trying. They thought they got away scot-free. We will get the last laugh. Just wait and see. These talks we have on the broadcast will provide the guide. Let's do it fast. Taxpayers believe we live strong and free. Everyone does. Are you kidding me? To you and yours, the tuning in, we're open doors. This is the real movement. People that stand up, Canada, before we lose it. Okay. Welcome to the show. And it is now 6:08. We've got 34 in here. How is everybody doing? No, my guest is not Adam from Adam's Barbecue. This is going to be a step up, and I know the lighting is a little kind of fucked. Shit. The lighting is a little. Oh yeah, try that.
I might be a little better. Okay, so we're running satellite tonight, so we should have a good, clear show. And the generator's on, and everything's full bore, and here I am. And here I am with a guest, and the guest that I'm bringing in tonight is connected heavily into the trucking industry in Canada, Mr. Peter Turner. And I will bring in Mr. Peter Turner right now. Okay. Hello, Peter.
Hey, you. How you doing? There we are.
Here we are once again.
Yes.
You can hear me
Missing a
okay?
tooth. Yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
I
perfect.
should have ducked. I should have weaved, should have zagged and lost a tooth.
That's okay. They can always make teeth.
Oh, yeah.
Um, now, the reason I brought Peter into the show is because he basically is kind of representing the trucking industry in Canada, in Ontario. His office is in Ontario. And you have a fucking thing going on, don't you?
Oh, yeah. I've created a bit of a firestorm today. We have had Warren Gibson in front of the federal labor board because they never paid overtime to their drivers or highway drivers that are entitled to overtime after 60 hours.
Mhm.
They never paid it. Now we have several other companies
Oh,
that haul for
want to know who? If you want to know who Peter Turner is, Google his name. He's a lobbyist. He is the trucker's voice. Okay, and that's who Peter Turner is. Now, so you've got, what did you say again you got going on, Peter?
we got a trucking company called Warren Gibson Transportation out of Elliston, Ontario, who hauls strictly for Honda. Um, they have never paid overtime since the hours of service came into effect in 2004. So all these guys are running like the Utah run and all that other stuff, putting in 70 hours a week, and they're getting straight time. This even includes that they get straight time on holidays. So they don't even get paid overtime for their holiday pay,
Wow.
or they don't have the option to take a day off. So, and that has to be in writing. So we filed this back 6 years ago.
Mhm.
And this lawyer has done everything he can to delay it.
That's their lawyer, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
Mr. Sanders. He has done everything. Now, they have a very close relationship with this gentleman because he's been doing it for 30 years. Most of the people at the Canadian Industrial Relations Board, the tribunal, have been there for about the same amount of time. So they have a really close working relationship. In my mind, in my opinion, they made his career for him.
Mhm.
Now, I've made 2 trips to Toronto to have both hearings canceled either on the day of or like just last Wednesday, well, this Wednesday, I traveled to Toronto for a hearing. And as I pulled into the parking lot at the hotel, they canceled our hearing again because he has
Son
cancer.
of a
But he
bitch.
found out a week ago that he had cancer.
Yeah.
Okay. And that now we have learned that in January of 25, January 1st, they have to have a backup plan in case a lawyer can't fulfill his duties.
Mhm.
Now, this lawyer's firm has 300 lawyers. You can't tell me there wasn't one lawyer in that organization that could have taken over for him.
Right.
Now, now he apparently he has throat cancer. I am not sure how he's going to be back in 3 months. There's just no way. No way. Anybody I know have ever had throat cancer, don't come back. Okay. So, and the last time he got it delayed was in August because he didn't know that his daughter was getting married. He said, I'm paying for it, but I didn't know what day it was. Now, he set the dates for the hearings.
Okay.
We allowed him to do that. Okay. So, how is it that a man has one daughter, only one daughter, is getting married, and he doesn't know about it until 2 days before our hearing? Okay. Either he's a real shitty father and has no, no involvement with his daughter's life, or
So
he's
he's
bullshit.
basically putting a big stall tactic into this.
Oh, God, yes.
That's what this
Now,
is.
now, his appeal was based on. Now, just to let the record show, I am not a lawyer, but I've read a lot of books,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been sued for as high as $6 million, and nobody's ever collected a penny off me. So,
Well,
and I've
there you
always
go.
represented myself. You
Mm-hmm.
know, so um, so his appeal was based on the numbers that he thought was too high, although the inspector for the labor board said no, this is the number. So he has appealed it based on what he needs to pay.
Mm-hmm.
What happened was it then moved to we have 4 confidential complainants that we have a signed agreement with the labor board that they
Mm-hmm.
cannot. It's against the law. It's against any regulation for us to disclose that.
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason, the vice chairs and the president of the CRB chose to accept this challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
then they decided that we had to do this. We had to divulge the names. I basically called them up and said, "Fuck you. I ain't giving anybody's name out." I said, "You have to throw my ass in fucking jail."
Mm-hmm.
So what they did was they posted this on the website, on their CRV website. If you look under decisions, Warren Gibson Transportation,
Mm-hmm.
it states that I have to. Well, here's the problem. I contacted uh, the lawyers and said, they're not even supposed to hear this. This has nothing to do with the appeal. He put a case in. This lawyer for Gibson put a case in,
Mm-hmm.
and I read all 800 fucking pages of it. Had nothing to do with releasing the names, but the
Mm-hmm.
CRB accepted it and said we had to release the names. Now these
Now,
people are
who
lawyers.
are these names? Whose names are these?
I can't
That
tell you. They're
no,
confidential.
not. I'm talking about drivers or who? Who is it?
Oh,
Names of who?
just a second here. I'll bring it up on my laptop. Just a second
Okay.
here. Documents. Okay. Now, the Jennifer Webster is the vice chairperson. Jeanette Brazeau is the chairperson. Paul Love is the vice chair. These are the 3 people that handle all the appeals for the labor board.
Okay.
So all these 3 are lawyers.
Okay.
Okay. Jeanette Brazeau, she sat. Remember when Air Canada and all the attendants went on strike,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
and she forced them back to work. The problem is, it was a conflict of interest because she worked for Air Canada's legal team. She shouldn't have ever been on the board. The union called her out on it, and she
Okay.
refused to step down. That's why they
Wow.
couldn't sanction the union for not going back to work because she was totally illegal. what she was doing.
Right.
She was
Yeah.
working. She was working for Air Canada.
Both sides of the fence kind of thing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Right.
This board is not for the people or to
Okay.
actually enforce any rules or regulations out here.
Okay.
So
So they find these little loopholes that they slide into to
no, there's
save
no
the
loopholes.
company.
They just blatantly just do whatever the hell they want. They
Mm,
think they have carte blanche.
okay.
So I contacted the Attorney General's office and asked them about this. Two senior lawyers, 20 years each,
Mm,
working for the federal government, the Attorney General's office,
right.
wrote a letter to them telling them that they erred and that it was wrong. And they erred and they cited that this cannot be done. So what they posted on the website was right up until we had to give the name out. They didn't bother to put the notice of, let me see here, reconsideration letter rescinding disclosure of confidential complaints on May 22, 24. Okay? They didn't post that. I didn't know anything about this until a few days ago.
Mm-hmm.
So now what I'm doing is I'm sending an intent to sue for defamation, slander, abuse of trust, and abuse of power because they didn't post this. So I've been fielding more phone calls on this than you can shake a stick at. Then I have to send out this rescind letter that said no, we didn't have to.
Okay.
So to
Okay.
me, they abused their power by not posting everything properly and following the code.
Right. Right.
Now, under section 1 and 3 of the labor code, it states that a person must be able to calculate their wages, which means they have to put down their hourly rate, how many hours they worked. It has to show if there was any overtime and that calculation. If there are any bonuses, they have to stipulate what bonus it was. Well, Warren Gibson doesn't do any of that.
Mm-hmm.
He's got bonuses there where you have no idea what bonus he's paying. He has three different bonuses. One is a seniority bonus, another one is a safety bonus, and something else for a bonus. But there's three
Okay. So
bonuses, so the guys can
let
make.
let's let me back this up for a minute, Peter. So now they've got electronic logs, right? And you log
Yep,
on, right? So okay, I'm logging on. I'm starting here now. I've got to go through a half-hour pre-trip and the rest of it,
yep,
and then la di da, go and do what I'm gonna do.
yep,
So they're allowing me, what is it, a 13-hour window?
yep.
Okay, a 13-hour window. So that means 13 fucking hours of work, along
hmm
with the half hour for pre-trip and all that shit. Okay,
Well,
so
and
that's
then
14
on
hours.
top of that, and then on top of that, you are
Hmm.
guaranteed a lunch break and two coffee breaks.
Okay,
You're guaranteed. That's 2 hours.
okay,
That
okay,
does not count towards your time of driving. So now it's
right.
gone from a 14-hour to a 16-hour day.
Hmm. So the run from Vancouver to Calgary, okay,
Yep,
runs. I mean, if you're stopping and you're eating and you're taking your breaks and all that shit, you're not going to make it in that 13-hour
nope,
window.
nope.
Okay,
Not unless
it
you drive
cuts
it
you
straight through.
short. It cuts you short before you get to Calgary. Okay.
Yep.
Now, there is no fucking truck stops to really talk about
Well, is
between
Pigeon Mountain still
Golden.
open?
Oh, yeah. Between
Yeah,
Golden
okay.
and Calgary, there's no truck stops. Okay. Between Golden and Calgary. So, unless you're pulling up on the side of the fucking road,
Yep.
okay, at the rest areas, if you make it in there, depending on which one, and if there's room,
And if there's
okay,
room,
that's your limit. Okay. But they're
yep,
pushing you on that drop, they're pushing beyond that. Okay.
yes.
in my case, it was you get there the next fucking morning, blah blah blah, and blah blah
Yeah,
blah, and all this
exactly.
fucking shit.
You know, they
Okay,
say the driver is in control of the truck, and yet
no,
the way the law is written, you are not. You
no.
know, and
So okay,
you're at the mercy of the dispatcher and the company.
yeah. Now,
But
if
you
you
take the
were
hit.
going to follow the log to the what was specified before this ELD came out, okay, you were
Hmm.
fudging we were fudging the logbooks and
Oh,
fucking
absolutely. We had to. I
making it
mean,
in
the
that fucking
carriers
term
forced us.
because otherwise you wouldn't be working.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we had to push for the next day to be out and fucking drop in the next day and all this fucking shit, blah
Yeah.
blah blah. Usually under the fucking table because you don't have the full 8 hours sleep in some
Absolutely. You're lucky if
cases.
you get
Okay.
4.
So, you know what I mean? This is a fucking system. Okay. So now they came out with electronic logs. Okay. And now the cheat is not there anymore. Okay.
Well, it's not supposed to be.
Yeah. Okay. But
But I can
I've
call
still
over
done
to
it.
India and have the guy reset my fucking
Yeah.
computer
But
for
I've
me,
still
right?
done it. But it ran over. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Put it
I'm
this way,
just
I
about
had
to
one
where I'm
logger.
not going to sleep on the side of the fucking highway. Okay.
Yeah.
You see? So I push it into Calgary and fucking find a place in the city, shut it down, and boom, boom, boom. Okay. But anyway, this is how they've been fucking us drivers by pushing us over the
Yep.
fucking limits. Okay. It's been going on for fucking years. And if you don't put up with it, you don't work.
There you go.
So there was
And
no
and
teeth. There's no teeth in the labor standards thing
no,
for
there
us
isn't. There isn't
truckers.
any.
Okay.
Well, there is teeth. The
But
problem
they don't
is
do it.
they don't
Yeah.
want
They
to
don't.
enforce it, and you have to
Exactly.
push. And believe me, the inspector they gave us to investigate this, she was retiring in 6 months.
Yeah.
She had no clue about trucking. We
Mm-hmm.
spent hundreds of, at least 50 hours teaching her the hours of service
Oh
and
wow.
how it actually runs.
Wow.
Now, Mr. Saunders realized she was a rookie and didn't know what she was doing. And he ran her around in circles until we explained what he was doing. Then she got pissed, okay?
Yeah.
And she buckled down and found, and we didn't even realize that they weren't even paying holiday pay properly, okay?
Holy.
She found that. So, it, but then once it gets appealed to the CRB, which is an independent body that acts on behalf of the labor board, you know, there are rules and regulations that they are to enforce.
Mm.
Unfortunately, these 3 people have refused to enforce the actual regulations in the Labor Act
Right.
and have afforded Mr. Sanders every opportunity to delay. Uh, they allowed him to bring in, like, there are confidential complainants, you know, but that wasn't part of his appeal.
Yeah.
And under the appeal rules, because they said this acts like a regular court, well, you can't do that. You can't bring something else in because it's not part of it. But we spent a fucking year fighting this.
Mm-hmm.
And then for them to turn around and say, we have to do this when they knew, and if they didn't know, then they're totally fucking incompetent.
Mm-hmm.
That what
Mm-hmm.
they were trying to get me to do was illegal. And I refused. And then I called the attorney general's office. 2 senior guys stepped in and said, "What the fuck are you doing? You can't be doing
Mm-hmm.
this. It's against the law." And he started it all out in 20 pages. He spelled
Wow.
out what they were doing wrong. Okay?
Yeah.
So the way it's left on their website, it states that we had to give up their names.
Mm.
They never posted this letter stating that they erred and that they had to rescind that order. So now I'm suing them for defamation, slander, abuse of power,
Yeah.
and abuse of our of the public trust, because
Right.
they chose not to file this shit. And I said, I'm
Mm-hmm.
just tired of it. I mean, the case was here in Ottawa, so we were dealing with the girl here in Ottawa. Fantastic lady, let us down, gave us all the information we needed. They transferred to Toronto. We said, okay. Now the clown down there hasn't even opened the file, and now he's trying to tell me how to do this.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so the girl up here, Gabriel, she says you got to talk to Warren from now on. Okay, I talk to Warren. He bounces me back to Gabriel. Gabriel bounces me back to him. We go back and forth, right? I only do this 3 times. So
Uh-huh.
it's a 4-hour drive for me to drive from Ottawa to Toronto. Well, I
Right.
blew up her frickin' mailbox. I got nothing better to do to drive, right? Just keep redialing.
Yeah, yeah.
So later that evening, we finally got the letter to say that Warren is now in charge of this case. But
Okay.
it took me blowing up her phone. I mean, why do I got
Jesus.
to work so hard for these people to do their fucking job? And that's
Yeah,
the problem I'm
exactly.
having. Nobody in government is
Exactly.
doing their job,
Yeah, yeah.
or they
Yeah.
think
These
they're doing their
fuckers,
job when
yeah.
they're not.
Yeah,
It's no different than
exactly.
what the provincial governments force you to go through a call center. You can't call
Yeah.
anybody anymore. Same with the
Yeah.
federal government. You can't call them. Like these 3 idiots that are running the CRB, you can't get in touch with them. There's no email, no phone numbers. Now,
Uh-huh.
if I did my sleuthing, I could probably find it. I got my ways. But so I have to go through either Warren or Gabriel to get to them. And I thought, okay, if this is the case, then
Wow.
I'm just going to hit you with this intent to sue. And if you don't pay me in $40,000 in 14 days and post this thing, I'm going to take you to court.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm going to file a complaint with the Upper Canada Law Society that you have abused your power.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And you have misled the public
Yeah.
purposely.
Yeah. Well, they're not
I'm
following the law. I mean, if they're not paying
well, they're
overtime and
not even
resting.
following their own policies and procedures. I mean, half the fucking time we send in a filing. 2 days later, they're going, "What is this?"
Yeah.
I'm going, "Well, read the fucking document, you idiot. And if you
Yeah,
don't want
yeah.
to fucking read it, then get another job. I'm
Yeah, no
not going to
shit.
talk to you about it." I mean,
Yeah, no
that's how
shit.
sad the federal government is, and the provincial
Mm-hmm.
government. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it is so sad that these people. Put it this way: we had a gentleman who worked for Warren Gibson for over 35 years. He was there when the old man started the company.
Wow.
They fired his ass because they said he hit a pedestrian,
He had a what?
and he hit a pedestrian.
Okay.
Unfortunately, the girl said, "I don't want to charge. I got no. It was my fault. I walked out in front of him, and I didn't. And he had the arrow. So
Okay.
my fault." But she wasn't hurt. Like she
Okay.
realized it because she was on her phone. Just figured she could walk,
Oh,
right?
yeah. There you go. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Not paying
and
attention. Yeah, yeah.
and
Yeah.
so she took full responsibility that was her fault.
Right.
Warren Gibson called up the OPP, had them come out and fine him for that,
Wow.
just so that they could get rid of him because they didn't want to
Wow.
pay out the pension.
Right.
Okay,
Just to fuck
now
a guy. Holy
just
fuck.
and this is how the trucking industry
Holy
works.
fuck.
This guy tore his shoulder, and so he was on workman's comp for a while. And then he came back off, but then he re-injured the again. But now that he's 65, they won't cover his lost wages.
Wow.
So if you are 63 years old and you get injured,
Uh-huh.
okay, at
Yeah.
work through workman's comp, they will only pay the next 2 years. After that, they don't pay for anything. So after 65, there's no sense working. Because I'll tell you something, you get hurt, you're fucked.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
workman's comp won't cover you. That's
Wow.
why, when I was trucking, I had my own insurance. I had my private insurance. I thought, you know what? I've seen what workman's comp can do to a person. I
Yeah,
see the
yeah,
way
yeah.
they treat our law enforcement, our first responders. It is just ludicrous,
Unreal,
you
eh?
know? So, now this guy can't work. He had, he had his shoulder operated on, can't work, but he's got no income.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And how old is
What's
he
he supposed
again?
to do?
How old is he
65.
again? So he's got to
66.
apply for his pension. He
Yeah.
can apply for his pension now,
Yeah.
and
But
the rest of it, but still,
still, workman's comp, like
yeah.
the guy, he's got nothing. He loves working. I mean, the guy's a hard
Holy,
worker. They had to hire two drivers to cover what he did in one day. They had to
wow.
hire two drivers to make it up. I mean, this guy
Holy shit.
busted his ass for Warren Gibson,
Right.
and he was there when the old man started the business. When the sons took it over, they didn't like him. They didn't want him anywhere near here. Although he showed up for work every freaking day,
Yeah.
every day,
Unreal,
and
eh?
did the extras, did all kinds of stuff for them, and this is how they treated him. Here's the sad part:
Mhm.
he sued them for wrongful dismissal
Okay.
and won. Okay,
And he
he
won?
won.
He won?
He
Okay.
won. Yep, didn't get a whole lot
Okay.
of money out of the deal, but he won. They signed a non-disclosure. This fucking lawyer used information in the disclosure to send to WSIB, word for word.
Really?
So now we're going after Hicks and Lang, or Hicks and whatever the hell they're called. They got 300 lawyers. They're one of the top-notch lawyers companies, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But Warren Gibson and Can American Transport, who bought out Warren Gibson, are now in shit because we're now going after them for violating the court their agreement that they wanted us to sign. And so now they made
Uh,
him they
there.
they made him look so bad that there's not a fucking lawyer that'll touch this.
Wow.
So now we're going to go after them for defamation, slander, the whole frickin' bit. I mean, we've just had enough of this bullshit.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah. Yeah.
you know
That
it.
that
It's
that sounds like holy shit. You know
oh
what I mean?
yeah, like I said, I started a firestorm today. Like I sent this off to the CRB. All three of them got it. Then I'm going to send it tomorrow. I'm going to send it off to the Attorney General's office and let
Yeah.
them fucking figure it out. But I got them cold
Good.
because
Good.
I already
Yeah.
downloaded what they put out there. So now I have a copy, and that letter's not there. It makes me
Right.
look stupid, and that I sold out my members.
Oh,
And
wow.
I thought, how fucking dare you, as lawyers, do this?
Yeah.
And plus, we're going
Yeah. Yeah.
to file a complaint with the Upper Canada Law Society. And not like they will do anything, but at least it's on their record.
Right.
And I
Right.
find that these lawyers are only here to make money and bill
Oh,
as
yeah.
many hours as possible. And
Oh,
we
yeah.
haven't
You're fucking
hired
right.
we
You're
haven't
fucking
hired a
right.
lawyer. We
Yeah.
just read the act, going, yeah, he's in
Yeah.
violation of all this shit.
Yeah.
And I'm going,
Fucking shit.
why do I? And they said, well, you need to hire a lawyer. I know why they want to hire a lawyer, because they want to cover up their bullshit.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
won't have it. That's why I've never hired a lawyer. I won't allow that to happen.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
you don't get to cover shit up. I've been screwed
Yeah.
by
Yeah.
lawyers before. When I sued Mac Canada, I spent $30,000 on fucking lawyers, and I was 3 years later. I'm no further ahead. I went in and
Yeah.
fired the last lawyer, grabbed the fucking paperwork, and walked out. Went down to the courthouse the next day and filed a court date.
Yeah.
Funny, 3 days later, Mac wanted to settle. I'm going, and then
Fuck, eh?
the lawyer had the fucking nerve to send me a bill.
Oh,
And I said, buddy, I told you 6 months ago I wanted a court case. I wanted you
yeah.
to file a court date. And I said, I'm not paying you for any of these fucking letters.
Yeah.
And I put it in writing to him. I said, take me to court and sue me, you bastard.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
said,
Yeah. They love to
I'm not
fucking
dealing
grab
with
the
this
fucking
shit.
money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all
I
about
mean,
money
I
with these
told you,
fucking clowns.
I said, I told
Yeah.
you to stop talking to them. I want my court date in town. I knew what was wrong with the truck. I had found out. I knew
Yeah.
exactly what was wrong, and I even had a mechanic coming to tell me that was going to testify on my behalf.
Right. Right.
You know, now that I called them out on it, right? Boom.
Yeah.
Now they want to settle. 3 fucking years and $30,000 later. I thought,
Fuck.
nah, this is bullshit.
Yeah. No shit, eh, Peter?
You know,
No
and then
shit.
one would think that you're dealing with the federal government
Oh,
and
froze up
lawyers,
again there a little bit.
would know their job.
Mhm.
How is it that I know more about their job than they do?
Yeah.
They have
Yeah.
a
Good
degree.
question,
I
eh?
have a grade
Yeah.
frickin' 10 education. Okay, that's all I
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I've been
Yeah.
trucking all my life.
Yeah. Me
In the
too.
last
Yeah.
25
Well,
years,
you know
I've been
that.
a lobbyist, and
Yeah.
I do my research. I don't go off half cocked. Okay,
Right.
I do my research. I
Right.
read a
Right.
lot. I teach myself all this shit.
Yeah.
Because I know there isn't a fucking lawyer out there that'll represent me the way I want to be represented.
Yeah.
Because that's not the
Properly.
way it's
Yeah.
done in Canada.
Yeah.
It's all
Exactly.
about writing
Yeah.
letters and how high can I get the bill?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
It
Oh yeah. You
truly it
fucking
is.
rights. Yeah. You fucking
You know,
rights.
so so
Yeah.
now I'm just saying, hey, listen, I can take them into small claims, right? Which I
Yeah.
can represent myself
Yeah.
for 40 grand. Up to in Ontario, it's up to 50,000. I'm asking for 40 because of all the fucking time I had to waste doing the research and finding how they screwed this up, how they screwed up, and then telling them about it, and then them ignoring it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
and
Exactly. Yeah.
that's just bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is
The trucking
that is
industry.
somebody
Yeah.
that is
The,
abusing their power, and they think I'm just a dumbass truck driver.
yeah. Yeah. Well, that's the
You
thing
know?
with a lot of these corporations is they're just treating the personnel like shit. And
Yep.
they're not really paying out the proper wage. Like when it comes down
Hey,
to
listen,
your
the East
sitting and
Indians
all
are
this
worse than
shit.
we are.
Yeah.
The East
And
Indian
it's
community
terrible.
is worse. They
It's
don't pay
fucking terrible.
anybody.
Yeah.
You know,
And
they
it's
were in
fucking oh
the East Indian community that started the trucking was all about um I lost the word. It was
mm,
all about immigration. They were charging their guys $40,000 to come over here, right? So they had to work to get their money, but the companies kept taking their money because they had to pay the company $40,000 in order to be able to get a job
mm,
and stay in Canada.
slave labor. Slave
Slave
labor.
labor. And that's
Yeah.
what this was all about. It had nothing to do with the driver shortage,
Yeah.
which there never was one.
Yeah,
That was the
exactly.
Canadian Trucking Alliance, you know, uh, starting a narrative that the U.S. companies were doing, right?
Yeah. And
And
all the tariffs in
and
between the provinces and all that shit
oh yeah, I mean
didn't help either,
we
you
have
know.
13 countries under the banner of Canada.
Yeah, with
We're
a
not a
bunch of
country.
tariffs between us.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
don't have.
so there goes
We're not a country. They say we are, but we're
this
not.
was a money racket for this fucking governments here going on
Oh,
here. It's a
absolutely.
money racket, okay? It's not about helping the country. It's about
No,
the
it's not.
fucking money racket that they're scamming off all Canadians, including the industries and the whole shebang,
Oh
okay?
yeah. Oh yeah. Like I've
Yeah,
been in touch with Honda and told them what was going on. They didn't care. As long as they get their freight, they don't give a shit.
yeah.
You know, I'm saying, well, maybe I'll just come down there and shut the fucking plant down. Boy, it went real quiet awful quick. And then, well, we don't want you to do that. Well, if you can't help me, then why should I not
Even
shut
I
the plant down?
froze.
Yeah, you did.
Connection
There you
lost.
go.
Oh, we froze up. We're froze up there. Froze
No.
now. We
Well,
were frozen for a bit
yeah,
there. Go
yeah.
back about
But
2 minutes.
well, we contacted Honda and told them what was going on, and they didn't seem to care. And I said, yeah, maybe I should just come down there and park a bunch of trucks in front of your yard so the trucks can't get in or out.
Mhm, mhm.
And boy, did it get quiet.
I'll bet it did,
Well,
eh?
we don't want you to do that.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
said,
yeah,
well, you know, if
yeah.
you're not going to help me, then you're part of my problem. You know, I really don't give a shit whether you make cars or not.
Yeah,
My guys
exactly.
aren't making money, and everybody else in this plant is making money. You
Yeah,
know,
no
why
shit.
should I give a shit?
Except not the truckers. You see, the
Yeah.
truckers have been getting shafted for fucking ever. Okay.
Well, you know, it's like in 2004, I shut down the logging industry in Northern Ontario. I shut down 13 lumber mills. I got the guys a 40% increase, fuel surcharge, all kinds of stuff. Then I went out to New Brunswick and shut down 700 aggregate trucks. Got them a
Mhm.
38% increase with a fuel surcharge and a bunch of other shit resolved. Then when they had that big blockade in New Brunswick where you couldn't get to the East Coast, okay,
Mhm.
because it was shut down from Quebec right through, from the Quebec border right through. Um, they called me up and asked me to come down. Now they called OBAC and said, she said, "Oh, we don't do that kind of stuff." Oh,
Oh.
okay. Well, then you don't represent drivers. So then they called me. I got my car and went down and I called Eric and I said, "Eric, whose name is on that court order to move the trucks?" He said it was the APTA. Really? Ralph Boyd. I said, "I'll call you back." I hang up. I called Dave Bradley there at the OTA because he's the president of the CTA and OTA. I called him up and I said, "If Ralph Boyd's not fired by fucking Monday," I said, "I'm
Good
going into the
internet, the whole
courts
fucking thing.
and I'm going to."
Okay, wait.
Okay. See my head moving?
Isn't that
Yeah.
fucked?
Oh, there we
No,
are.
I can. They, yeah, we're coming back in again, but
Yeah.
internet is starting to go in and out to fuck us. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So here we're back again. It's gonna get chopped up a little bit here.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's Ralph Boyd went to the APTA, went to the courts, had the trucks removed. The only problem with that is that they didn't have a dog in the fight, and that's called abuse of the court system. So I
Mhm.
called Dave Bradley and said, if Ralph Boyd from the APTA is not fired by fucking Monday, I'm going into court. I'll be filing. Geez, funny. Monday morning, the news, Ralph Boyd steps down from the APTA.
Crazy, eh? You know what's happening out here, though,
there,
eh?
there are means
You,
of
yeah,
holding people accountable for their actions because
yeah.
most
You
of
know
them
what's
think
happening
that
out
they're
here
above
in
the law.
Peter? You know what's happening out here in BC too now, eh? All the mills are
Yeah.
shutting down. Like they're having to shut down the
Yep.
fucking mills. Like that's
Yep.
like 300 fucking employees a pop. Like you're talking over 1,000 people
Oh, more than
being
that.
pushed out of
Because
their
then
jobs.
they now they can't log. They can't cut trees. So I mean, all the
Yeah,
logging, all the truckers are out of work. Everybody's out of work.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
And this is
and
happening in BC. And
yeah,
holy fuck, you know. So
you
I
know,
mean,
and
you're up
it's
against
sad.
fighting these companies for
Yep.
the
To
right
take
amount
them
of
on.
pay for the drivers. That's what this is about. Okay.
Yep.
And you're under this enormous fucking battle just to fucking get equal wage for truckers, okay, in
Yes.
Canada. That's what this is, okay? Not to mention,
Yep.
we've also got a bunch of mills shutting down in British Columbia, shutting down,
Yeah.
okay? And they're not coming back, okay? This is a
No.
fucking total disaster, is what we're trying to get across to you people.
You
And
want to
this
know
is fucking
the
important
sad
shit.
part? You know the sad part about the logging industry
What's that?
is that all the mills in Oregon and Washington are owned by Canadians.
All the which is owned. What's owned down there?
All- the mills
Oh yeah.
in Washington and Oregon,
Uh-huh.
most of them are
Uh-huh.
owned by Canadian corporations.
Oh wow.
So they're shutting
Wow.
everything down here because they can't sell the wood. So they're still making money because they got the mills in the States were back to work.
Okay. But
Yeah,
Canadian workers are getting the fucking shaft,
absolutely. Yeah,
right? They're not
exactly.
moving these employees down to this other fucking plant.
Nope.
You know,
Nope.
these guys in Canada, that's it, that's all. Thank you very much for your time, but you're no longer
Yep.
required because of government bureaucracy. Okay. Not because
Absolutely.
British Columbia is running
Absolutely.
out of wood, right?
No. No. It's all to do with politics.
And this is what's happening in Canada.
And
And
and,
you
and
think
where's
the
Mr.
homelessness
Carney?
problem isn't going to get a little bigger? Ha!
Yes. Well,
We
where's
ain't there
Mr.
yet,
Carney?
people.
Where's Mr.
Yeah,
Carney?
yeah.
In
And what
India.
did he give Ukraine another what, $3
Two
billion
two billion
dollars?
dollars.
2
They could have
billion.
gave that to all the homeless people so that they could have a fucking roof over their head.
Yeah.
I mean,
Another 2
seriously.
billion out to
I mean,
Ukraine.
we can't afford to send money overseas,
It's
you know.
this
But
is
he
ludicrous.
seems to think that the taxpayer is going to pick up the bill for it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's ludicrous. It's absolutely
It is,
fucking
and this is
unbelievable.
the liberal way of dealing with. See, this is dealing with the politics for the last 25 years.
Hmm.
The conservatives have always tried to balance the budgets. They really have. They've cut staff. They've done this. They've done that. You know, the liberals, every time they get into power, they spend, 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 spend. They're as bad as the NDP. They just spend their way out of it, going, see what we did? Yeah, well,
Yeah.
now, now we're in debt again.
Hmm.
And the conservatives had handed over the liberals a balanced budget and an excess of money.
Hmm.
And now we're in the black hole again, or in the red hole,
Hmm.
and that's the sad part is that, you know, you have to remember Carney was on uh, Justin Trudeau's advisors, senior
That's right.
advisor.
That's right. They were
Okay.
talking all through this whole thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. And so, Trudeau taught him a lesson. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do as prime
Yeah,
minister.
there
Ain't
you
nobody
go.
going
Get
to
away with
fucking
it.
do anything about it.
Right.
Okay.
There you go.
And now
No
Carney has
accountability.
taken that. It's
Yeah.
just, I love John Carter. I did. I truly love the man.
Yeah.
I just hated when he said, "Just watch me."
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
me, that's a dictator. Okay,
Oh yeah.
plain and
Yeah.
simple.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's all to do with politics and money. It's got nothing to do with the average Canadian person who's paying the fucking bill. And as far as I'm concerned, we should all stop paying the fucking bill. Let's
Hmm.
see you dig yourself out of this one now.
Yeah.
I mean,
Exactly.
the way the trucking industry, because that's all I deal with. I don't deal with anything else but the trucking
Right.
industry.
Right.
And you know, put it this way: when I had CN closed and CP closed, my daughter lost her job because they couldn't get the freight to her. Right?
Wow.
She was pretty pissed with me.
I would
I
imagine,
I
eh?
took a lot of heat for that, but that's
Yeah.
okay. But I told her, I said, yeah, it'll get better because
Yeah.
things will
Yeah.
have to move.
Yeah.
You know, and the sad part is CN didn't give a shit. Nobody gave a shit. The government didn't give a shit. Now, I was talking with the Minister of Transport, the girl that was in charge of the file at that time. We talked twice a day, once in the evening, once in the morning. And I remember the law enforcement for the CN police uh, stopped, gave me shit for standing on the road, and I said, "Oh, okay." But he wasn't wearing a badge, didn't have a name tag, nothing. So I told him to get back on his fucking property, and if he come back out here, I would arrest him for impersonating a police officer because they have no jurisdiction outside of CN property. Well, you're not on CN property, you have no legal right to even stop, right?
Mhm.
So, and plus they were harassing us. So I made a call to that evening. I made a call to her, and I said, "Okay, here's the thing." I said, If the CN cops aren't gone, then we're going to the papers to say that Transport Canada is using the CN police, who have no jurisdiction, okay, to harass us.
Mhm.
And she goes, well, that's not fair. And I said, I don't give a shit what's fair anymore. I said, you guys are pulling out all the stops. Now I'm going to.
Mhm.
And after that, we never saw them. They were gone. You know, I mean, you just have to know your rights. And
Exactly.
what I have learned is that doing this job, I'm self taught.
Mhm.
And what I did was I finally figured out I have to learn everybody's job and what their job is.
Mhm.
Once I learn what they're supposed to be doing and they're not doing it, then I get to call them out on it. It's not about what I'm doing, it's about what they're not doing.
Mhm.
And if you do
Yeah.
it that way and you do your research, now I have a reputation of being a hard ass. Yeah, at times I can be, but I need to be. But
Mm.
I don't say anything I can't back up in writing. I I've been, like I said, I've been sued for up to
Froze
$6
up.
million. You know,
Yeah, we froze up
and
again a little
so
bit there,
nobody's,
Peter.
yeah. But like I said, I've been sued for as high as $6 million, and
Mhm.
nobody's ever collected a penny off me.
Yeah.
You know, so like what I say is I speak the truth. I back up what I say, and that's all there's to it. And once that happens, they don't have a leg to stand on. They got a cave. You
Okay.
know, it's like GM when we had GM closed. They just said, "What's it going to cost us?" That's all we want to know. They were willing to pay, but it was the carriers who refused to talk to us. It was the
Mhm.
carriers who were screwing us.
Yeah, yeah.
Once GM found out that their plants were closing because we weren't hauling, is because of the carriers screwed us.
Mhm.
And we showed them how they did it.
Mhm. Yeah.
And then that's
Um,
where the fuel
okay.
surcharge came into play.
Yeah. Okay, let's cut that there, Peter.
Alrighty.
It got your point out. So tomorrow you're doing another thing, another live, aren't you, or
Yeah,
something?
I'm going to go live on Facebook there and show
Okay.
the record and all that other stuff, and explain why we have filed this intent to sue. After
Okay.
6 years of fighting this, it's ridiculous. I mean,
Mm.
this is the longest case in the history of the CRB,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's all because the vice chairs and chair have been covering up for this lawyer and giving him
Right.
every opportunity to fight this, and they were just hoping we'd go away. And as you can see, after 6 years, I'm still got the fire.
Yeah,
I'm
there you
not
go.
going away, and
There you go.
I am not going to let this
Hang in
go.
there, Peter.
Plain and simple.
Yeah, hang in
All
there.
right, buddy. You
It's
be
been a
safe.
pleasure having you on. We'll try to get you another date, bring you in again.
All right,
But
buddy.
I wish you luck on your thing, and we're all pulling for you.
All right. Appreciate it. I thank you kindly.
Okay, Peter, you take care.
Bye bye.
Okay, bye now. Okay, you guys, that was Peter Turner. Um, I'm going to give you a further update about also what happened with my encounter with the RCMP this last Monday. And I posted the video up on Facebook about my interaction with these cops, okay? Now, they come up there, and by the time I'm leaving this location, there's 6 cop cars there, okay? Huh. Unbelievable, okay? Anyway, I mean, I when I go out and I do the video, I'm asking this cop, like, fuck you, I'm not listening to what you're saying. Show me the fucking law regarding what you're talking about, okay? Because there is no signs here saying I can't park here, okay? Nothing. Now, the track record in Canada for the RCMP, as far as I'm concerned, is down the toilet, okay? Especially after the fiasco with the ostriches, where they fucking pull out a fucking army there to fucking oversee the slaughtering and inhumane killing of all these ostriches. Okay, now as far as I'm concerned, along with Freedom Convoy 2020, their fucking reputation, along with 400 cops, 400 RCMP cops, getting severely fucking looked at criminally on the force here. There's a big fucking thing about these bad RCMP cops, okay? And I had enough with this fucking bullying tactic bullshit. So what this cop does is instead of showing me the law, instead of showing me on print, what the regulation is, or a bylaw, or whatever the fuck it is he's talking about, okay? Because I would settle for that, all right? I'm not going to settle for these fuckers to come up to me and start beaking off the law, okay? I like a lot of these fucking cops don't fucking represent the law. They don't know the fucking law. They don't even know their fucking oath, okay? Most of them, okay? So the end result with this cop was he, instead of showing me the law and being eye to eye with me, uh, instead of being man to man with me about, what the fuck, he escalates it and he starts to tell me, well, I'm going to do a vehicle inspection on your truck and trailer. So I says to him now, because if you've ever been through an inspection, you know that they're going to try find some fucking thing to fucking jack you up the ass for more money, basically, okay? So I said to the guy, I turned around and I de-escalated the fucking situation. And I said, okay, whoa, buddy, okay? Pull your fucking horns in, I'll move my fucking rig, okay? So that's what I did. I says, okay, buddy, you win. I'm going to move. End of fucking story, okay? So as I'm hooking up and I'm putting everything down in the trailer to get ready to move, because this was an unexpected fucking move again, I'm putting my shit away and blah, 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 getting hooked up and blah, blah, blah. By this time, there's 6 fucking cop cars there, okay? And as I'm hooking up and I'm getting ready to go, he hits me with another green little piece of paper, like a ticket, and says, at the earliest convenience, go in and have a vehicle inspection done on your truck and trailer. Okay? This is the service we're getting from the RCMP. I'm not there fucking robbing a bank. I'm not there causing people trouble or fuck all. I'm just parked. Okay? And this fucking clown wants to fucking hit me with bullshit to make fucking life miserable for me. In other words, cause me hardship. Okay? Cause me further hardship in what the fuck I'm doing, because I live in my fucking trailer and my truck and blah, blah, blah. Okay. This bullshit is only out to cause me hardship. Okay. By him giving me this stupid piece of paper. So what I do then is I get the watch commander on the phone of the Vernon RCMP detachment. Okay. And I launched a complaint against this fucking cop and his attitude with the public and the situation. As far as being a respectful police officer, because that day he showed me no respect whatsoever. He only wanted to escalate the fucking situation for his little brownie points or whatever the fucking case is with this fucking clown. Because he's a so-called cop and you're the so-called what? Nobody? This is the fucking bullshit attitude, okay, that Canadians are getting from these fucking cops. All right? 6 fucking cop cars there. You show me how that's a productive use of police resources, okay? In the first place, including the canine unit. That was the guy in the green on the video. Okay. He was the dog guy. He was the canine unit. Plus, we've got the mills in British Columbia shutting down. That's a lot of people that are going to become unemployed very soon. Okay. So you got over another 1,000 people going to be hitting the unemployment line. Okay. Well over 1,000 people, because that involves the trucking, that involves the people in the mill, and whoever else that it's going to affect by those mills closing down in those towns. Okay. The towns are based on that industry. Without that industry, that town is going to be fucking hurting. Okay. These mills are shutting down. There's a lot of fucking shit happening in Canada, and you got to open up your fucking eyes, people, because this is where we live. This is where it's all going down. Not to mention the fucking food prices continually going up because of five fucking corporations in Canada. Now you tell me, okay? Does a fucking wheat grow any different than it used to? Or what about fruit? Does it grow any different than it used to? You know, our beef industry, is it moving along like it used to, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera? No, because of government bullshit that's happening in our country, okay? With the tariffs in between each province, the tariffs now going into the States, the fucking EVs coming into the country from China, okay? And the fucking money that's going to be spent on these what do you call them? Charging stations, where half the time you don't see any cars there at any of them. And he's going to what? Throw these electric pieces of shit cars into people's throats and try and force us to buy these pieces of shit? How much of a fucking tailspin do you want to see in Canada before you all fucking see the fact that the government's really giving it a fuck to you, okay? Really giving you a fuck, okay? Plain and simple. Plain and simple. The government's throwing a fuck into Canadians, okay? And has been doing it for some time, right? COVID, climate change bullshit, and the rest of it, the scandals that they produce out of their own fucking office. And you mean to tell me, after seeing all the tent cities and all the now 6 million people going to a food bank in Canada, that is normal for you people? Do you fucking get it? And simply dealing with the rights of Canadian truckers to obtain their full wage, it's a battle, okay, that's going on, even for that. Not to mention all the other fucking industries that are just raking in the fucking money over the backs of Canadians because they're just trying to survive. Your bill is upwards now of $5,000 a month for a family. And if you're not bringing in $5,000 a month, there's something very fucked up in your household. Okay? Now, you're not meeting your bills. You're barely making it from paycheck to paycheck. And if if you're so lucky to have an apartment, all the power to you. But a lot of these people that are working in these places, a lot of these places are already living out of their car or a van or something and still trying to maintain a fucking employment. Me, I'm simply retired and moved, or I live in my fucking trailer. Okay. Now, if I go on to these pads and start paying them $1,100 or more a month to live on some of these pads, just a fucking pad, okay, where I plug my fucking unit into power and I got sewer and all that shit. Yeah, $1,100, $1,400, $2,800, okay, just for a fucking pad. No, I spend a lot less than that if I fucking go and buy the propane and generate my own power and just find a place to park. And I get hassled by cops to fucking keep moving. Enough of this bullshit, okay? So I'm in the woods now. I think I'm on Crown land. I'm looking into it. And if I am on Crown land, I invite other people that are living in their fucking RVs and stuff to come join me, okay? If you want, because there's a lot of room here, okay? That we could park some more trailers here or motorhomes, whatever you want, and make a community of it and fucking force the issue onto the government that we need a fucking place to park, okay? Without being fucking hassled by the fucking RCMP all the time to move our fucking shit. You know what I mean? Like fucking bullshit. Look how many fucking tents there are in the cities, and they're being constantly told to move your fucking tent. And on and on. Well, listen, I'm not living in a fucking tent, okay? And I'm not going to pay some fucker through the fucking nose just to park my fucking RV there and then live paycheck to paycheck if I can make it that way. Uh-uh. I done enough fucking pissing out the fucking window all my fucking money because of all these little rules, okay? So, I'm just saying, the battle's on, okay? For your rights and your freedoms and all that shit. You think you got rights and freedoms in Canada when you're being told to move along, move along? Like, what the fuck? Who the fuck is the government or some of these fucking places to be telling us, move along, move along? Who the fuck are you to tell me to move along if I so choose to stay? I'm not bothering anybody. I'm not bothering anybody. Oh, but because you have tourist buses coming in and out of the lookout there to show off to all the tourists, how beautiful our country is. Well, our problem, okay? And it's fucking time we regarding the poor people in Canada, okay? They're getting the shaft. And if that's not bad enough, if you're really fucked up, they'll offer you maid, okay? So you can off yourself, okay? You find life so difficult and you don't want to become homeless, we'll kill you instead. What's it going to take to get Canadians up off your asses and join together in protest against the government? And I'm talking provincial government as well as federal government. I'm talking about people getting up off their ass and joining a protest so that you speak out your voice, you let it be heard, okay? That Canadians are not fucking happy with the fucking way the government's been fucking spending our money and coming up with bullshit rules, making hardship one of the biggest fucking things that Canadians have to face day to day. Hardship because keep moving along, right? Every time you fucking have to move along or can't unhook to get supply, that's hardship, okay? That's more wear and tear on my fucking shit, okay? And if I have to stay hooked up, for what? This trailer is fully insured and got a plate on it. The rest I pay just like I fucking pay the truck, okay? To be on the road. Doesn't say anything about having to stay hooked up, all right? These are bylaws that they come up with so that you have twice as much of a hard time getting shit done than simply unhooking, okay? I can't take a trailer every fucking place I go, all right? That's just not going to happen. If I have to go do laundry or I have to go do grocery shopping or whatever I have to do, I'm not lugging a trailer all over the fucking city. You know, I got to park it, right? And if I have a medical emergency where I ended up in a hospital and my truck and trailer just happens to be in the wrong spot because I'm in the hospital, I lose all my shit because I'm parked too long on the fucking side of the street. So when you have a medical emergency and you live alone, all right, and you're a pensioner, you're 66 or whatever age, okay, and you park on the side of the road and you have a medical emergency and you go off to the hospital for a week or two, you think your fucking unit is still going to be sitting there on the side of the road? Most unlikely. That's what I'm fucking talking about, okay? There's no peace. You know, it's a constant fucking battle of fucking trying to protect your shit. Unless, of course, you want to pay through the nose $1,100 or $1,500 or $1,800 for a little piece of ground you can park your fucking trailer on or something like that, right? Even though your plates are up to date, you got insurance. Oh no. Some little bylaw is out there waiting to grab your ass and throw a fuck into you. So when you get out of the hospital, you're going to pay through the fucking nose to get your shit back. This is what I'm talking about. They're out there with their fucking greedy little hands and they're just waiting to pounce on you if you should happen to fall into that trap of having to end up in a hospital or some situation. And they can fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Or if you're in a tent, move along. Don't sit here with your tent. You can't have a tent here. All you're trying to do is shelter yourself from the elements, you know, and in wintertime on the coast, it rains cats and dogs, okay? You try sleeping on a street with no fucking tent or something, no protection, and chances are you're going to get pretty fucking wet, okay? Or in Alberta, in Edmonton or Calgary, you're going to get pretty fucking frozen, right? And they talk about, you know, our health, where they pulled out COVID-19, you know, and they fucking laid it on us. Well, we got to make all these fucking mandates so that you're safe. You're going to protect others, put a mask on your face and social distance and all this shit just to keep you safe because of your health. Well, they don't seem too concerned about our fucking health, do they? Really, when it comes down to it. You know? When you're told constantly to move along, and you don't have the time to go into a fucking hospital or doctor's office to check on your fucking leg because you got shit to do. You don't want to leave your shit out there in the open that they find it out and you got to move, right? And if you're not there to move, they'll move you. And your shit's gone. or they pull a surprise thing on you. Oh, your license is suspended. And then you got to fork out of your pocket $580. No victims here. Here's the money so I can drive again. Right? So all this fucking shit that adds up in a person's time, and I just scuffed through this shit. Okay? Like, I'm telling you, if you're not on top of a few things on the road and you don't pay your insurance or you don't take care of your driver's license, you are fucked. They'll make it worse for you. Believe me. All right? They'll tow your vehicle or tell you to go I want to do an inspection on your fucking unit so that we can, find something to fuck you. Basically, that's what it is. To be honest with you. Because if my rig was so questionable as to wanting a safety inspection, then why didn't they go ahead with their little safety inspection bullshit before I left for the highway? As he's giving me this piece of paper, oh, have this done at your earliest convenience. Well, after talking to the watch commander and everything and putting a complaint on this fucking yo-yo, turns out I don't have to do a vehicle inspection on my truck and trailer. So that was the outcome. And now I'm in the woods. Not bothering you. You can't even see me from the highway. Okay, from where I'm at. So we'll see how long this one lasts. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the show for tonight. Thank you very much for joining. I hope that you got something out of this because shit is happening in our country, believe me. And it's in this province, it's in Alberta, it's in Saskatchewan, it's all right across the board. Okay. People are losing their jobs for whatever reason. All right. Truckers are hurting, you know, forced to comply with all this bullshit. Okay. There's a lot of bullshit. I've done it 40 years. I know about a lot of the bullshit. Okay. Believe me. Okay. And that's why I'm not trucking anymore in this country. Okay. I went on to my pension. End of fucking story. You know what I mean? I'm done working in this country for any trucking outfit or any of this fucking bullshit after the fucking bullshit that they put me through in my fucking time, and I'm still faced with a lot of bullshit. Give me a break, okay? Like, that's what I'm saying. All right? It's about time the fucking government backs the fuck off, okay? And starts treating Canadians the way they should be treated. All right? Not like fucking dogs and slaves. Because I'm fucking done with it. Anyway, that's it. And if you want to donate to the Rudy Bruce broadcast, it's right here. Just a minute. I'll put it up there for you. And it's by e-transfer. There it is. There's the link. That's if you want to donate to the Rudy Bruce broadcast. I mean, I need some help to pay for the Starlink and, putting the show together, blah, 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 that kind of thing. So if you feel like you want to help out with that, there's my email, and I accept e-transfer. Other than, and I hope because I enjoyed bringing it to you. Okay?
This is the Rudy Bruce broadcast. You focus on the truth, I focus on the facts. People of Canada, your voice will speak a million strong. If we come together and fight what's going on, we got homeless people living in tents. Be compassionate, do not judge, because 200,000 of us are using food banks. Where's the pride? Where's the pride? Where's our money we slave for? They cover it up. The working man is living poor. Rudy has true leadership, speaking for the ones who are tired of this shit. Make the government officials get a grip, or everyone loses the respect. Something's wrong, open your eyes. They tell us lies. You're blinded to this and more when you're lawn. You're united, we stand divided, we fall. The time will come, the day is near, we will all march. So listen with your ears, we are not zombies or fresh meat. Let's grind up the government, make compost for the maple trees. Let's avenge the deaths of the ones who have fallen. Coronavirus, opioid, we're still trying. They thought they got away scot-free. We will get the last laugh. Just wait and see. These talks we have on the broadcast will provide and guide. Let's do it fast. Taxpayers believe we live strong and free. Everyone does. Are you shitting me? Round of applause to you and yours for tuning in. We're opening doors. This is the real movement. People, let's stand up, Canada, before we lose. We're still trying. They thought they got away scot-free. We will get the last round. Just wait and see. These talks we have on the broadcast will provide the guide. Let's do it fast. Taxpayers believe we live strong and free. Everyone does. Are you shitting me? I'm the pause to you and yours for tuning in. We're open doors. This is the real movement. People that stand up, Canada, before we lose it. Okay. Before I go, I just want to remind you next Friday night, 6 o'clock, I will be back to give you another show. And no, I cannot. There's the pop up here. Can you not park on my daughter's property? My daughter lives in an apartment. Okay, I can't park my trailer at my daughter's. She's in Saskatoon. I'm in BC, by the way. So no, that's out of the question. Okay. So that's the answer to that. I want to thank you again for joining, and I hope everybody's doing well out there. Again, if you want to send in an e-transfer, there is the email that you can send it to. I appreciate any donations that you. I'm Jim.